What I was talking about. Exposing the hidden hell of influencer fame, scams, lies, and manipulation. Because people get scammed. Found in Africa. Let's go. But then South Africa anakwanga video dropping every few weeks, but video zake zinaanza on point. Ndio na ile fulani ya M-Pesa. Kwa kali.
It starts with a smile, a perfect body,
Yo,
a dream vacation, a Range Rover.
Calm down. What?
Monday, the latest iPhone 16 by Tuesday, a fully sponsored trip to Dubai on Wednesday, and by Thursday, back-to-back parties that last all weekend. She tells you just
believe in
yourself, you'll make it too. He says, the opportunity changed my life. Buy your ticket now. But what if this was all a performance? What if behind the filters, behind the brands, behind the thousands of likes was a lie?
A lie.
Welcome to the underworld of influencers and celebrities, where the fame is currency, followers are capital, and truth is optional. We are talking fake land, ghost jobs, casino addictions, Ponzi frauds, and rented dreams sold like gospel. This is the true cost of clout. And you watching this right now, you've probably followed one. I didn't plan to make this video. I thought
check timeline wewe. Mimi hadi sifikiriangi timeline mingi hivi. What?
I knew how influencer culture worked. Post a selfie, sell a product, make money, repeat. But then I stumbled onto a story. And then another. And another. Suddenly I wasn't watching influencers. I was watching a house of cards falling in slow motion. Friendships breaking, scams unraveling, lives imploding, all in public. It all started with Bahati. The day he dragged his own artist Peter Blessings to court, over 2 million shillings. I remember thinking, why would the gospel...
When was it? 2 million? What?
Do all this to his protege. That was the first crack in this image. And once I looked deeper, I could not stop. One case after another began surfacing. From Bahati's...
Not gonna lie, I'm so disconnected with it. That's why I watch such videos, because I want to get tapped in. I want to get knowledge. I want to get tapped in and get like a general feel. I don't have to follow these people and everything that they do on a daily basis, but I get a general feel and I get general view. This is why I've never known some Bahati took someone to court, and who is this person? I do not know. I'm about to find out.
Court battles to Abel Mutua's land promotion controversy.
Ala, mashamba. Kwanza mashamba inakuanga na mambo hii. Unasikia sijui kampuni fulani. Hizi kwanza zinakuja kwa TV hizi. Hakuna zinanga physical office.
It was how normal it had all become. A gospel singer locking out his protege, a TikTok scamming disparate youths with fake job offers, an entire award ceremony vanishing into thin air. Each case was written in its own little tragedy. But together, they reveal something much bigger. A system, a cycle, a culture built not on truth, but on an illusion. So I did what anyone obsessed with this truth will do. I grabbed names, dates, court files, live streams. I built a timeline from 2020 to 2025, and what emerged was terrifying. What? Because the hell of influencer fame is not just about one scam, it's about a system that keeps rewarding them. And what you're...
I thought influencer culture ikongi Kenya ama ilishaanza kushika momentum. Ndio ni vitu za wazungu. What?
About to see might change how you see every influencer forever. It all started innocently.
Zero. Niambie jamaa wetu wewe. Jamaa wetu umeingia.
By 2020, Kenya's digital revolution was in full swing. Instagram comedians, TikTok dancers.
Nafani anza YouTube channel niite hivyo. Niambie Brandon
YouTube storytellers, anyone with a camera and confidence would go viral. And they did. The numbers exploded. Suddenly, followers weren't just fans, they were currency. Brands started knocking. Events, sponsorship, government gigs. It was not just about talent, it was about traction. But here's the catch. No one was checking how this traction was
GMs, oh Lord.
No one was asking if the followers were real, if the products were real, or even if the influencer's life was real. because in this system, the only thing that mattered was looking successful. And soon, the faking got out of hand. In the gold rush for fame, Kenya created
At class history. Class history as in
a new class of celebrity, not actors, not athletes, but influencers. This new class, it had no gatekeepers, no oversight, no accountability, just algorithms and ambition.
yes.
But the same system that made them rich also made them reckless. And as the cameras kept rolling, the cracks began to show. They call it hustle culture, but in reality, just
Gahaso.
hope wrapped in a hashtag.
Yes.
The gospel of influence promised everything: financial freedom, luxury on demand, respect without credentials, riches without a degree, and of course, passive income while you sleep. To a generation
Sitakudanganya, that is the reason I got into streaming. Passive income, job without degree. What was the other thing? Well, for now, obviously, kwani nataka nikuwe influencer for the rest of my life. That's not sustainable.
starved of opportunity, this message hit like a drug. Don't wait, don't work your way up. Monetize your vibe, monetize your talent. Here's the lie.
When Golira. Golira. Woo! Gorilla. Goliath. Nini.
Don't work your way up. Monetize your vibe, monetize
You
your
jamaa
talent.
when
Here's the
beat.
lie. They sold authenticity.
No, seriously. Say wawili wana date for real.
Up. Monetize your vibe.
Say wawili wana date kweli. Cheki. Anawanga 7'9". Na ka painting size yangu.
Vibe, monetize your talent. Here's the lie. They sold authenticity, but most of it was performance. In 2022, Vera Sidika faked a medical crisis just to drop a music video. She admitted she had
Nini, tabia za Kanye hizi.
removed her famous implants to inspire women to love themselves. Days later, she flaunts the same body in full glam, no surgery. It was all a stunt, a viral manipulation for clicks, clout, and controversy. That's
As they claim, all publicity. Nini, siju kuongea leo. All publicity is good publicity. David,
not just
siju
misleading.
kuongea
That's
mimi.
emotional exploitation, and it worked. Hashtag Vera Sidika trended for days.
Yes. Kwenye Vera Sidika na musician. What? What? But ni sawa, tulikuwa kwa crazy Kena. Tulikuwa wapi? Kwa hapa. Alimpeleka koti.
Once Kenya's
Kwa nini?
gospel
Sijui.
sweetheart. In 2020, Bahati did the unthinkable. He had his 21-year-old protege, Peter Blessing, arrested, dragged to court, charged with fraud. Why? Because
fraud.
Bahati claimed he'd invested 2 million shillings in Blessing's career and wanted it back. The internet turned. From mentor to tyrant, Bahati's image crumbled. And just when dust began to settle, along came Jalango. Charming, successful, a people's MC until the charts leaked. Group messages
Alilikiwa
bragging
jamaa.
about women,
What?
conquests turned into scoreboards, and the man who claimed to empower Kenyans was treating women like tokens. Jalango apologized, denied sharing women, said it was blown out of proportion, but the world didn't wait.
Nini, we
News
not
dropped,
read.
credibility plummeted, trust dissolved. Then came the whispers of wash, fake gold, money laundering, lavish lifestyles with no clear source. No formal charges, no court dates, just headlines, leaked screenshots, and a rising tide of digital suspicion. But once the illusion of clean wealth cracked, it never fully healed. Because in influencer culture, perception is everything.
Perception
And once perception turns toxic, even silence screams guilt. Then there's Crazy Kena, Kenya's TikTok king. Awesome skits, viral positivity, until
Like I
the
said
crew
before,
walked out.
I
You were disrespected, treated like extras. 6 years of friendship gone over ego, power, and money. Influencer crews are not families. They're business without contracts, and this one collapsed spectacularly. And then there's Ringtone Apoko, the self-declared chairman of gospel music. A walking contradiction. He has been arrested for assault, charged with land fraud.
Huyu jamaa ndiye anahanga tu hasira. wewe ushaona na msemo mwenye huyu anakatua sira huyu. Like huyu anakaa ni msemo mwenye akikrossiana kidogo hivi anaanza vurugu. Anakaa those type of people.
And every time he plays the same card, I'm being persecuted for my blessings. He claims to be worth 50 billion shillings. As fans quickly pointed out, he couldn't substantiate even 50,000. Fame gave them the mic, but it also amplified their flaws. And for every manipulator exposed, there were thousands who believed in them. Which brings us to the other side of fame's mirror, the people who paid the price.
Yes, the fans.
Every influencer scandal leaves behind a grave of trust, but what we rarely see are the bodies. Let's rewind to Zainabu Zedi in 2020, the Churchill Show's comic gem. She exposed the toxic culture backstage, months without pay, jokes stolen, mental health.
Churchill alikuwa analipanga comedians. What? Months. Unajua months without pay inamaanisha kama hiyo ndio job unafanya huko mbaya.
Ignored. And just before her interview, a young Kenyan comedian named Kase died. Rumors swirled depression, neglect, exploitation. Zedi's courage peeled back the laughter and exposed the pain beneath Kenya's biggest comedy stage. But the tragedies weren't just emotional.
Churchill Show ili fall off. Nafantafuta hiyo video niliona mahali ya Ongori. Ongori anaweza dropping videos kali kama hizo. Churchill ili fall off.
They were financial. Grand Acres, Abel Mutua's favorite investment partner.
Kurugenzi aliskamiwa kaskamo watu.
Land of your dreams sold on YouTube until dozens of fans realized the land did not exist. Abel said he was duped too, and the damage was done.
Watu wanauza shamba hawa. Kwanza hii hakuna business stress ka Kenya kama hii. Hizi especially mwenye anashinda expose nini yake kwa street. People who want land will get land and buy land. Watu wenye wanajua, the actual people that know how to get and buy land, the people that really know how to do real estate, they know their own, wanajua mashimo zao na they can actually get land when they want. Hizi zinakuja kwa TV hizi zote. Hizi. I do not trust these people.
Then there's Lesedi developers, another ghost.
Mbona nikupatie pesa na sijaona title deed? Mnasikia wanasemanga ati mtakujia title deed after 8 months. If you really listen.
Land farm. Hundreds of Kenyans lost money. But guess who had vouched for them? Karangu Muraya, Muigai wa Njoroge, beloved names in gospel, used to sell dirt that never delivered. According to victims interviewed by Nation Media Group, this land buying company, promoted by gospel artists like Karangu Muraya, failed to deliver their title deeds or land possession after full payment. And if the land wasn't fake, the jobs were. She promised jobs in Mauritius, 200,000 shillings deposit. Trust me, she said. Now she's in jail. Her victims still unemployed. And if it wasn't lands or jobs, it was dreams. Remember Tyler Mbaya, Bahati from Machachari, perfect YouTube family man, until Georgina exposed the truth. Gambling addiction, saving gone, bills unpaid. He later admitted, I lost control. This was not just one man's fault. It was a warning. Even the influencers are not safe from the systems they promote. Because once fame becomes your oxygen, you'll do anything to breathe. Every scam starts the same way. A promise, a lifestyle, and a persona you can trust. The trick? You're not buying land. You're not investing in crypto. You're buying them. The smile, the vibe, the illusion of certainty. And behind the curtain, a rehearsed playbook. No one checks if that Range Rover is leased or even if that mansion is an Airbnb.
Yeah, apparently everything that they do online. Because hizi zenye unasikianga ati ile kana naweza kwambia celebrity fulani anakwanga nini. Bana check kama hii gari ilinunuliwa. Sikuna public portals hizi vitu.
The only thing they see is results, not the receipts. Only 10 plots left. Last chance to make 23.5% returns. Don't get left behind. I'm doing this for my followers. Or the government doesn't care. That's why I created this opportunity. Several influencers used emotional appeals in their promotions, often claiming to have solutions where the system had failed. These were captured in archived Instagram live streams and TikTok videos from 2022 to 2024. This is not marketing. This is manipulation by relatability. When it falls apart, they vanish or cry or shift the blame. Here's the truth.
Wanakuja kurekodi kwa kamera ati siko
Say, most influencers don't vet the products they sell, they vet the check. And if it's big enough, morals become optional. That's how the magic works. But now, let's look at what happens when the curtain drops. By now, you probably asked yourself, okay, but did anyone actually get punished? Welcome to the worst part of this story. But because when the influencers come, lie, or ruin lives, their consequences rarely match the damage. Let's rewind to ringtone Apopo. Multiple arrests, a land fraud charge worth over 50 million shillings, court, no shows, excuses, delay tactics. Did he go to prison? No. Went live, preaching about persecution. Wrote about the People's Choice Award Kenya in 2024. Hundreds of creatives conned. Ticket money vanished. Votes bought. No event, no trophies. Was anyone charged?
Wait. Event ya nini unalipianga ticket tena bado? Si ninyi mmeniita hapa. Mbona mnanilipisha ticket? Kwani industry ni confusing aje?
With fraud, they posted a generic apology and disappeared. And let's not forget Nyako, the controversial TikToker who faked deportation to milk sympathy. She taunted followers who believed her, then admitted, yes, Germany did revoke her permit after dozens of TikTok-related court cases. And yet, she's still posting, still making money, still famous. So, who got justice? Well, sometimes the system responded. Not just in Kenya though. Twitch banned unlicensed gambling streams after Slyker conned fans out of $300,000. Instagram influencer known as Jay Mazzini sentenced to 84 months in prison for overlapping fraud schemes. But here's the problem. For everyone's come a court, haunted by police or convicted, 10 more pick up the playbook. And the fans, they rarely get their money back. They're left in shame, regret, and silence. Because who wants to admit they got played by someone they admired? And for those who are brave enough to admit, no one is there to follow up. What happened?
Kitu yenye watu wanapenda kuoverthink ni wanapenda kuassume ni celebrity culture ni idolization. It's a form of idol worship. To the point yenye mtu anakwambia tu kitu unakimbia nini? Plus anakuuzia the dream. Unaona kimbia tu hapo hivyo.
When the
this is why you need your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
People you trust become the ones who hurt you the most.
Alafu wengine, majua wako serious na hii story yao ya kushika. Ukishipatikana tu kidogo hivi, una breathe in wrong way. Ndako mbele.
We've talked about the victims. We've talked about the manipulators. But what happens when the mask breaks from the inside? Let's talk about the mental collapse. In 2023, the golden couple of Kenyan vlogging fell apart. The breakup was bad. The reason was Baha, child star,
the families, YouTube families,
and online dad was secretly betting away his savings, the house, the baby's food, his dignity. The same guy who joked about betting was drowning in it, and he wasn't alone. In March 2024, Simple Boy fainted mid-show. The diagnosis, not a heart problem, a stress problem. He later admitted, I'm so stressed, I fell on stage. People are making me turn on myself. Between label battles, romantic scandal, and the pressure to entertain, he cracked. Because no matter how much money they flash, how many likes they get, influencers are human. And this industry kills humans alive. She got a seat at the table. The whole country turned on her. Was it earned? Was it fair? Does it matter? Because once public decides you are privileged, they'll drag you for breathing. Eddie Butita tried to stay neutral during the 2024 financial bill crisis. Big mistake. People wanted fire. He gave them balance and they cancelled him. That's the real hidden hell of influencer fame. You're not allowed to be tired, to be unsure, to be human. Because you're not just a person anymore. You're a brand, a product. And if the product
brand like you
breaks, what do you think happens? But sometimes it's not scandal that breaks them. The pressure to pretend everything is perfect when it is not. Take Aziad Nasenya, Polish TikTok icon, government committee appointee, global vlogger. But in early 2025, her work cracked. Bloggers accused her of funding her luxury lives not through brand deals but through unpaid loans. Friends claimed she
ile story fulani ya sijui alikuwa na loans ya vitu ngapi ndio maana siwezi comment section yako comment yako yote loan alilipa
borrows money for 3 days and disappears. One said she owes 400,000, another alleged sexual favors for debt relief. BNN Premium alleged she took a 25 million Kenya shilling circle loan to keep up appearances, living large on leverage.
Ni nini hizi? 25 million loan to purchase an apartment in Kilimani. After only 3 months, she stopped making payments and ghosted them. Nini? Sisi nini? Ya uongo. Acha nikaitu mirema tu kwetu.
Then
Alizo si hadi huku kuna wasanii. 25 million loan.
Silence. 10 days offline, she resurfaced in Germany with a gym reel, I Feel the Love. Later in a partial interview, she denied begging and blamed them as edited clips. But when asked about specific loans, she dodged, and the public noticed. Aziad's spiral is not unique. Industry insiders admit most influencers borrow their lifestyles before they earn it. The result? Followers become unwitting lenders, and influencers live one screenshot away from implosion. In the age of digital fame, it's not just truth that is faked, it's stability.
Which is why nikiwahi kuomba loan ati nikwambie ninafanya nayo usanii unless uinvest na ninunue gear nayo. Acceptable? Gear is not cheap.
For many years, fans trusted influencers blindly. They clicked, they bought,
Idolization. Banatafuta kazi.
They followed. But by 2023, the spell broke. Let's start with Lesedi developers. They used gospel stars to sell fake plots. Homes never built, titles never issued. The public exploded, hundreds protested, and Karungu apologized on a video shaking. Then came the Oppo payment scandal. Dozens of influencers said that they were never paid. Within days, Oppo responded publicly.
Ile Oppo, ile story ya Oppo nilipata na video ya nani? Ya itonga juu. Hai. Flaco.
The influencers said that they were never paid. Within days, Oppo responded publicly, aggressively. They exposed the agency Affluence for withholding the money. And Oppo offered legal help to influencers, even sued the agency themselves. That kind of transparency, rare, powerful, and necessary. Because the fans were watching. The age of blind trust is over. Now, fans want receipts, screenshots, contracts, transparency. The rebellion is digital, it's public, and it's gaining momentum. Influencers who once weaponized fame are now facing a weaponized audience, and they are terrified. Certain content creators have managed to subtly navigate around etiquette enforcers. Crazy Kena, Eric Omondi, Vinny Baite, all linked to major betting firms, Betika, Pakakumi, SportPesa. Their skits and slogans frame betting as fun, as harmless, and as profitable. But what they don't
I am not sponsored. However, easy betting company doesn't know like
show is the debt, the broken homes, the real odds. Even more shocking, Bahati and Diana Marua, the gospel-turned reality couple, reportedly launched their own betting company, not just endorsing the vice, but owning the house. And who are the targets? The youth, the broke, the disparate. They sell gambling as hope, as hustle, as just one spin away. But behind every success story are thousands of silent losses. And so, the cycle repeats. One influencer confesses, another promotes. One cracks, another climbs. And all the while, the audience is left wondering who's real and who's next.
Nobody is. You just have to realize that nobody is. Especially talk flex.
Here's the real question that haunts the entire story. Why does this keep happening? We've seen the scams, the lies, the breakdown, the backlash, and yet it keeps happening. Because at the key of it all is a need, a hunger. Fame promises validation, followers offer belonging, wealth signals safety. In a society where traditional paths are crumbling, influencers feel like they're the shortcut to everything. Why wait?
Because realistically, that is the only way you're left with you. There's no way ndasoma nimechukua help, nimesoma hivi vyote alafu mniambia nahitaji experience ya 4 years kuingia starter job. Ndio niko hapa juu nataka experience bana. Jamani, so nipatie hadi kazi hata kama nini. Alafu maisha imekuwa expensive. Alafu una mjamaa mwingine ako hapa hivyo na akona Lamborghini Urus. Alafu uniambia utaingia kazi. Why do you think I'm here? Okay,
10 years to climb a ladder when you can go viral in 10 seconds. But here's the catch. Fame without foundation is a house of mirrors, and mirrors can't hold weight.
Yes.
We built a culture that rewards appearance.
Pole tu. Just grind it out. Anyway, missing experiences. I'm not yet tested, so no wonder all the time I spend in building a foundation.
Over substance, clicks over character, followers over facts, and then we are shocked when it all collapses. Influencers did not invent this game, they're just its most visible players. The system was designed this way because if you stop believing the illusion, the whole economy trembles. We are all complicit. Every like, every share, every blind repost, we reward the loudest and not the truest. And until that changes, this story has no end.
Yes, we reward the loudest and not the truest. That is the facts, stupid.
Documentary doesn't end with a plot twist. There's no final villain reveal. No I got you moment. Because the true antagonist is the system itself, the one we all participate in. Influencer culture is not dying, it's evolving, faster, slicker, more addictive. But what you can change is you. A new kind of literacy is emerging. Not the ability to read words, but to read intentions. Question the perfect narrative, verify the credentials, Google before you act. Ask, is this real or just really well lit? And remember, they are not your friend. They don't know your name, but they know how to sell to you.
Yes. They don't know you. They don't know your name. They do not care about you. They only see you as a number, especially numbers. So excuse me, to the point of I want to think about these people as not just numbers, but actual people. Ukinipatia 4 likes, that is 4 people wananiambia W video. Get my point? If you get 100, that's 100,000. Hii ni football stadium mzima.
Because real influence is not about wealth or envy or aesthetics. It's about the impact you
msangamano wa magari inaenda wapi?
Leave when the camera turns off. The most powerful action is not to follow blindly. It's to follow consciously, to stop idolizing and start analyzing, to stop consuming illusions and start confronting reality. You watching this right now, ask yourself one simple question. Is my life actually better because this person is in it? The answer might change everything. If you found this eye-opening, smash that like button and share this video with anyone who needs to hear it. The more people who recognize these tactics, the less power influencers have. Hit subscribe for more digital truth bombs and leave a comment with your own influencer scam experience. Or better yet, how you spotted one and avoided it.
W video. Ooh, what? Achio kwanza zake. Bang. Back to my point. What I was saying was but then money video nikali pia mnafahamu muiona. What was I saying? It's a form of idealization because you treat these people like they are God, that they are above you. And that time wanakuzia ni marketing. It's all marketing. Selling the illusion. Kuseti up camera. Difference kubwa inakuja zenye either